is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the second matchup of the day for the Call of Duty Stage 3 Week 4 Major Weekend for the CDL tournament. Today is May the 14th, Friday the 14th. This is going to be the second game. I believe it's after, I believe it's around 3:30 Central Time. This is going to be the LA Guerillas, who are coming off of a win against the Seattle Surge, a 3-1 sound victory against the Seattle Surge, and the Optic Chicago, who have lost both of their previous games, 3-0 against Atlanta and 3-1 against the New York Subliners. The Optic Chicago haven't been looking themselves, and even though they haven't really been producing as of late, they have been going up against very tough competition. I do believe, however, that against the LA Guerillas, Optic Chicago are going to win. I do believe they are going to win. I believe they are better than the LA Guerillas, and they need to show it this game. They haven't been doing too great, but they have been going up against the top teams of the league, basically. Even though they aren't at the top anymore, I do believe that they are way better than the LA Guerillas. Maybe not way better, but they are a little better. And I think the Vegas odds do side with me in that decision. Optic Chicago is -200 to win against the LA Guerillas at +150 underdogs. The under is at 4.5 at -225. So this is favored to only go 4 rounds max. But I do believe it is going to go 4 rounds. I think it's going to be a 3-1 victory by the Optic Chicago, if not a 3-0. I do think they're going to come out strong in this one. Yes, they've shown that they have their issues, but I do feel like this team is going to come out and make a statement here. And if they don't do it today, then I do really think that there's going to be a change made to this Optic team, because they can't keep playing like this. But yeah, with that being said, LA Guerillas dominated the Seattle Surge, 250 on the hard point in Garrison. The S&D was close. The one that we're seeing here, it was pretty close. LAG was down. They came back, but unfortunately they lost that one. And they won the control 3-1, and they won the hard point again. So LA Guerillas have shown that they are a decent hard point team. If we look at their stats, if we look at LAG stats on breakingpoint.gg, we see that in hardpoint they're 11-21, so they're not that great. Seattle, not that good of a hardpoint team, so they were looking good on that. Search and destroy, they're decent though, 15-12. LA Guerillas have always been a good search team. They're positive in that. And in the control, they're 7-13. If we go over and we look at the Optic Chicago stats, we can see here that Optic Chicago's 19-17 in hardpoint, so they're a little better. Search and destroy, they're even, 13-13. And control, they are 13-9. And these are the overall records, as in games won, game mode wins and losses. So yeah, as we can see, Optic Chicago, they don't look that bad on the score sheet, but as of recent, they've been going up against top teams, so they're going to look a little, shabby. I do think, though, that Optic Chicago are going to come out and they're going to win against the LA Guerillas, and I'm going to tell you who I think my favorite picks are. So on the LA side, every time I have Apathy in my captain spot, I always make money. Last game yesterday on Monday, I cashed in all my lineups, and Apathy helped me do that because I put him in my captain position. Apathy is one of those players where he is slept on in the captain position. He's 9,600. Usually when they win the series, Apathy has a good game, and at those cheap prices for the captain position, he always provides upwards of 100 fantasy points in the captain position, where nobody picks him because nobody trusts him, but he's right in that line where he can provide you good value at the captain position. rather than just having them at the flex and having them post 80 points. I'd rather put them in the cap, have them make 120 fantasy points, and be a key difference there to allow for more room for more valuable players or more expensive players in the roster. um, Apathy is pretty much the only value I see here, other than maybe silly at 7,600. I honestly do feel like Optic is going to win, so I'm not going to target the LA Guerillas specifically in most of my lineups, but I do feel like Apathy and Silly here are good values. I do think that honestly, if I were to have to pick two, it would honestly have to be Apathy and Sheen though, because Sheen has actually been going absolutely off recently. Um, Sheen at 12,600 for the cap, I wouldn't really necessarily pick because in a losing position, I don't really like playing players who I think are going to lose. But I do think that 8,400, he boasted 131 last game against Seattle. But um, this position, I feel like these would be the only two value plays. Um, on the Optic side, I would say that my favorite picks here would probably be somebody like Envoy at 8,600. Yes, they had absolutely terrible scores last game against FaZe. They all did bad. Across the board, everybody did horrible. Now, I don't think this is going to keep happening. I don't think it's going to happen against the LA Guerillas. FaZe is just the top two most dominant team in the league, so obviously they're not going to do great. But I do feel that at these cheap prices, Dashy and Formal might actually be a steal at 9,400 and 8,200 a piece. Envoy as well at 8,600, but I do think Dashy and Formal are the keys here to value, as well as Scump maybe in the captain position at 10,200. If they can come out in 3-0 the LA Guerillas, that would be amazing, and that would honestly make Scump a key play to have in your cash lineups. As for the team positions, I do think Optic is going to win 3-1. And yeah, those are my thoughts on this specific game. If you want to stay in tune with the other games for the rest of the weekend, stick around. I'm going to be posting my thoughts and feedback on all of them, betting odds and Draftkings prices, analysis, and stuff like that. And if you like esports content like this for esports like Call of Duty and maybe in the future Valorant and Halo and Battlefield, stick around in this channel. I will be providing all that content here and more in the future and in the years to come. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you later.